Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. So, this is a requested video actually. So we're going to show you how to change the blades on the Wltoys V911. It's really not all too difficult. So, first thing you want to do is pop off the dog bones up top. Now you see it's still also attached in here. So we've got to get it to unattach. So you got to rotate this up because there's a little center hinge piece here. And you got to pull that out of the way. And we do this on both sides. Like so. Make sure you have a screwdriver like this that fits the screws perfectly, by the way. And they just come off just like that. And there is no left and right here, by the way. It doesn't matter which way you do this. Okay, so if you want, we can even do it this way. So grab one of your screws. The reason why you need a perfectly fitting screwdriver is you need the screw to be able to hang on there, and you need to get it right in the slot into the hole and hold this as evenly as you can. And if that happens, well, it happens. Try and hold them together like so. And then just stop as soon as it stops on its own, and just a little teeny weeny extra. You don't need a whole lot of extra pressure on these. And then we'll go to the other side. And make sure everything sits as flush as possible, because you got to get the screw to go into the hole on the other side. And you'll know if you're not lining up because it'll push it out, but it should snap it into place just like this. Again, until it stops, and then just a little bit extra. Now comes the fun part. Stretch this out so that everything is like this, and then just rotate it back on to that spot, and it's only going to go on one side. This is the little finicky part, but there's also a pin on each side here that the bottom one has to go into the guide. That's one side, so it should look like this on this side. And the other side will be the opposite, but you know, identical, right? Again, make sure you got the bottom into the slot. Feed the center collar on. Rotate it into place. Now in the case of the dog bone popping off like mine just did, it's okay. Now these do have a wide area dish, and a narrow on the front. So you want the wide facing the back end. And that's it. And we're back up and running. Voila. And that is how you change the blades on your V911. And sorry if my fingers are in the way a little bit, but they kind of have to be, you know. It has to go back together exactly the way it came apart. Pretty simple stuff, really. Just, it is a little finicky though, you know, no biggie. Changing your tail blade is too easy. You just gotta hold the motor and pop that back either with your thumb, or you know, if you even have like a flat blade screwdriver, like a narrow one like this, you can go into the back of the blade here and you should be able to just use it like a little bit of leverage if you need to. But otherwise, I mean, these things come off pretty easy. For those who haven't seen, and you're probably going to say, what's with the shrink tube? The shrink tube actually protects the motor wires. On the V911s, the motor wires are generally exposed in an area. So in a couple wipeouts, yeah, it's going to rip the wires out of the motor. I've done some nasties, and I went through a few motors before, you know, I ended up doing this. But I found this trick from an SH helicopter that I had, and that's how the factory had done it to protect its motor wires at the back. So every V911, this is how you do them. Just take some shrink tubing that fits and heat her up, real careful, shrink it in, leave a little bit of excess here at the back, and if you do need to trim it a little bit because it is a little smidgen, I mean, it is so minute, but if it does make any kind of a difference, but you know, you may have to do a little bit of trim, but otherwise, you know, on your radio, otherwise it's perfectly fine. But this, I've had dozens of crashes now with this thing, indoors, outdoors, whacked it into the walls and no damage, and I'm still, you know, same motor here, we're doing great with it. So yeah, that's pretty much about it for changing your blades. So hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.